Nike, an organization that got her on a bargain basement deal and is telling her, well, we're going to wait to promote you until we're done promoting Asia Wilson. And she's in the middle of all of these racial discussions that she has nothing to do with, wants nothing to do with, and then they're demonizing her fans.
Nike landed one of the rare generational, potentially billion-dollar athletes. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron, and now Caitlin Clark. In April of this year, Caitlin signed an 8-year deal with Nike for up to $28 million. A super cheap contract they'll make a killing off of with a signature shoe. But despite winning unanimous WNBA Rookie of the Year, they've got no plans for a Caitlin Clark shoe. Why not? Over the last few years, Nike has imploded. They are worth over $100 billion less than they were in 2021. It got so bad, people called for their CEO to be fired, so he had to step down. Is sports losing popularity? No, Adidas has done pretty well over that time despite ending their partnership with Yeezy.
Fans are furious that Nike is sleeping on Caitlin Clark and that the biggest brand in sports missed out on the sexiest player in basketball, Clark shattering records on the court, while Nike remains silent about what's actually happening and what Adidas is doing about it. Caitlin Clark, you may be wondering why.
Caitlin Clark has just been named the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Clark's rookie season, it was historic. She had the most points in a rookie campaign, the most assists in any season ever, and she even messed around and got a pair of triple doubles, something no other rookie has ever done.
Nike isn't involved in this. They have the next big thing in basketball right in front of them, but they're behaving as though Clark doesn't exist. No advertisements, no commercials, nothing as. If they're allergic to success, what's going? But this is where things start to get very fascinating. Is Nike playing a long game that
since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoe.
we can't see? Or are they going to blow the best chance in women's basketball? We're going to go deeply into this enigma, and I promise you won't believe what we find. Despite having Caitlin Clark on their roster, Nike is behaving as though she doesn't exist. No advertisements, merchandise, or anything.
Caitlin originally signed an NIL deal with Nike when she blew up in college. She was so popular. Caitlin was the most recognized college player in the country by far, twice as much as second place Angel Reese, 4 times more than the most popular men's player. That's never happened. So when she turned pro, several shoe companies were after her. Under Armour said she'd be the face of Curry brand.
What is the true reason for this $28 million silent treatment? We'll say that Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA, and she is getting paid a measly $28 million.
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring
for 8 years as opposed to Webby's 100? I believe that Caitlin Clark, if they would have released a signature shoe for her this season, they would have made a let's dissect this transaction that has everyone baffled. Clark agreed to an 8-year, $28 million deal with.
Will say that Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA, and she is getting paid a measly $28 million for 8 years as opposed to Wemby's 100. I believe that Caitlin Clark, if they would have released a signature shoe for her this season, they would have made a
Nike. This is a little change. People typically this amount of money goes into the works or signature footwear commercials and billboards abound. But what is Nike doing in cricket? You may believe everything is fine, but it's possible that they're simply warming up incorrectly, since Clark is currently the biggest thing in basketball and has been shattering records and selling out arenas.
There was a Nike ad for Iowa Caitlin, though it wasn't exactly pushed on the public. There has been no Nike commercial for Clark as a pro. Let that sink in. No Caitlin Clark commercial. She's had 4 years of being the biggest star in all of sports, driving all these television ratings. No Nike commercial.
Why is Nike giving all the hype? No advertisements, no goods. Can you imagine having LeBron James on your squad and not using him in any of your songs? It's as if Nike Forgot they signed one of the most exciting players in the league. What's going on with
Nike has been reluctant to take advantage of Caitlin Clark because they have. And what I've always thought was like, man, that contract she signed seemed pretty reasonable. It's like, wow, Caitlin Clark comes out of Iowa, and I started saying after her junior year in college, like, hey man, she's the biggest star in college sport. And then after what she did at Iowa her senior year, I started saying, hey, I think she's going to be the biggest star in sport.
Clark? You may be asking what Nike's strategy is at this point. Some people claim that they may be betting all of their money on other players such as Wilson, but here's the real deal. It's possible that we won't see Clark's signature shoe until 2026 or 2027.
So when she turned pro, several shoe companies were after her. Under Armour said she'd be the face of Curry brand, Adidas, and Nike. She stayed with Nike because of how they marketed her in college, and everyone waited on news of that signature shoe. But no update. Then Asia Wilson, who just won another MVP, announced her shoe, and a strange detail about Caitlin came out. Asia Wilson just announced her signature shoe with Nike is on the way after beginning the process in 2023. Wilson's shoe is expected to be released spring of 2025. Under this 2-year time frame, Clark's shoe could hit stores sometime in 2026-27. What?
Which is a long time in the sports world. But wait, is Nike playing 4D chess? While we're all stuck playing checkers, perhaps there's more to this plan then. Meets the eye. Are they building anticipation for the ideal time to unleash Clark on the world, or have they really missed one of the biggest opportunities in women's basketball? When a new player entered the arena, you thought Nike had blown their chance with Caitlin Clark. However, the real kicker is that Adidas spotted an opportunity and jumped at the chance. What move did Adidas make that has the sports world talking? Nike has been playing a neat game. They recognized Caitlin Clark's accomplishment.
So that could be 10 million or 99 million.
Right.
Correct? That's the 8 figures. And she's going to have her own shoe, which to me, I mean, it's genius to be able to sign her up, because think of all of the girls and women out there who loved Caitlin Clark, going to continue to follow her in the WNBA, and they're going to want to have her shoe. Caitlin Clark, she could have a line of shoes. That could, be workout shoes, basketball shoes, casual shoes. Yes, Marvin.
And when they come out, the Iowa women and the Iowa men are going to have Caitlin Clark shoes. And the colorway is perfect. It's got the navy blue, the yellow, and the red for the fever. I mean,
okay,
they're going to have a great...
By stepping up and filling the promotional gap they left open by giving out candy on Halloween, they didn't just do it quietly, though. They brought in the big gun. Been aware of the singer of Clark's praise. Sports legend Billie Jean King is publicly praising Clark for her outstanding first season. Yes.
When you're a kid, sneakers have magical powers. They can make you run faster, jump higher. I believed it, and so did my kids. Caitlin Clark's sneakers did create magic for one lucky Iowa girl. Blake Hornstein has the story.
That is Billie Jean King as an Adidas ambassador. However, didn't stop there after noticing that Clark's Indiana Fever jersey was selling out quicker than you could say 3-pointers. These sales are shattering records, and it's
being reported that Adidas global ambassador Billie Jean King did a post on her X account praising Caitlin Clark for winning Rookie of the Year, and this sent a firestorm throughout the comments.
Seems like everyone wants a piece of Clark's success, and Adidas business reporter continues to set up the checkerboard. Adidas is playing chess. They are not merely putting their logo on a rising star, rather they're aligning themselves with the direction.
Huge game, guys, for Caitlin Clark, sinking her 86th three-pointer of the season, breaking the WNBA record for the most three-pointers by a rookie in a single season. Congratulations to Caitlin.
Of women's basketball. Now you may be thinking, okay, but what's the big deal? It's just another endorsement, right? The considerate Clark is not only winning games, she is also winning hearts. She is attracting viewers like a magnet and selling merchandise as if it were going out of style. Adidas
reporter Ethan Strauss. He reports Nike wants to prioritize Asia Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the 3rd time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is Asia Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the
This is riding that wave of popularity like it's the golden ticket to the women's sports marketing factory. She has landed a significant endorsement deal with Adidas, and this partnership is revolutionary. Clark and women's basketball have won handily, but things get extremely interesting from here. Adidas is not just making a wise economic decision.
The average WNBA viewership, game, 7,300 in attendance, The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
15,300. Do you know what Caitlin Clark just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost.
And they are also appending the entire industry and demonstrating to the world that women's sports are the primary attraction rather than a sideshow. They are also challenging other companies to compete with them or risk falling behind. Just let's face it.
Just another example about how people have fumbled the gift that is Caitlin.
Adidas isn't just selling shoes here, they're selling a vision of the future of sports. And with Clark's enormous fan base, they're making a statement. You have to wonder if Nike is watching all of this and regretting signing Wilson over Clark now that Adidas is taking center.